Hello, and you want to actually build the For the Win robotics drone. But there's no instructions. The good news is that I'm here to help you, so let's get started. So as soon as we open this, we get to see everything that's in it. So let's see, we get to have the controller. We don't need that for now, and good. We do have the batteries in there as well. Make sure batteries are included. Alright, we got the guards. We don't really need these right now. We have, let's see, yep, here is motor A and motor C. One of these, one of each. You also need the body panel. And if you dig real deep, the propellers will be used at the end, so we don't really need them right now. We need to find the screws. And of course we have to dig right in here and, oh yes. Oh, wow. And we'll be back after these messages. So underneath, you'll find a screwdriver, and that's what we need. And of course, last but not least, is that we need these two. So we got to get the body. The body will come with slippers, or whichever you want to name them. Me, I'm just saying they're slippers. They slip on slippers. So, and then we get this body right here that you have to open, and then you get the brain with the eyes. Just gonna take it out for 1 second, there we go. So there we go, we get to have this guy right here. Cool. Okay, that's everything we need. Now we're moving this to the side. So here's everything I need. Okay, I'm gonna get the screws out. If you have 2 bags, awesome, because you usually have 2 bags of screws, but if you have 1 bag of screw, I will pause for 3 seconds so you can do a cuss word. Okay, so let's just use this 1 bag. We need to put this in, so that's the first thing that we need to do. Make sure you put it where the eyes are first. The eyes are what you want, and also this is where you can charge your battery, or the battery actually get used. So I need to put this in like so. There we go. And make sure that camera's right here. Alright, then after that, all we need to do is start with the panels. I think I should open everything. What are you doing here? Get out of here. So yeah, let's get the body panels out. Let's get the motors out. Of course, if you don't want to do that right now, you do it step by step, yes you can. I'm not going to tell you you need to do all of it at once. There we go. Put these to the side. Okay. So we get this guy. Make sure it stays in. I would love to actually maybe like, oh, we could do this last. It's like, no, you can't. So we get this guy, then we get the face mask. We get the face. Now we put the face in. You put the face in the eye holes right here, the eyeballs, the bulbs, you just put that in, but make sure that the tubes are also a part of it. You see the tubes? Yep, the tubes that's in there, you need to slide that in so it'll be a good fit. If the tubes aren't connected, then you will most likely have some issue with the screws. Alright, so now let me pour the screws out, which is a good idea to have some clear surface or a different surface than black. This is what they chose. It's like, yeah, this is what they chose. I'm doing this as a good fast motion. I most likely need to get my own. But anyways, so next thing is that we go to this. You can hold it like this. This sounds like a better idea. It's just hold it up like you're looking at the sky. Then we put one screw in the cheekbones. Now make sure you have some magnets with you, but since the motors are magnets, you don't really need to worry. So we're going to put this one in. Hopefully we've got magnetism on our side, and then we'll try to screw it in. Sometimes it has some issues because you might be fighting with the screwdriver. So again, we're putting it in the cheekbones. cheekbone, cheekbone.
Are you sponsored by FTW Robotics, Runaway Robotics?
No, I'm not sponsored by them at all, so this is just to make sure that everyone knows how to build one, since they don't have, well, they do have instructions, but the instructions are kind of hard to access. Alright, so we put the face on. Next thing to do is that we need to get the cape. So we have 3 screws that we need to put in. So we put one in, and this is one of the tricky parts. So this is tricky part number 1. So make sure you notice that we have these right here. You have tabs right here, and these tabs need to be pushed in as well. So you need to make sure to put the tabs in right here and right here. You'll see the holes, and then you'll know. Okay. And I put in here, put it in the forehead, and this is when we get to the first part of where it's like it might be having some issues. But you're just waiting for it to actually figure out what you need to do, and then it will start screwing in. Don't screw it in too much. If you screw it in and it actually goes through this and now you have a big hole, I'll give you 3 seconds to cuss, because you need to insert a cuss word in this, because you're kind of actually now doomed. But as for everyone else, we're good here. Now we just need to screw in the other 2, which if you notice right in deeper on this side right here, if you look way deep in there, you have this little crevice right there. You have this little kind of like a bump. It actually lines up perfectly with that bump. You just need to actually make sure you screw drive it in. At this point, you need to actually make sure that the hole is present in this guy, because the hole might not be aligned. But if it is aligned, you'll be able to put it in, and this is why this is one of the difficult, tricky parts. It's okay if acting like a joystick. If you need to, you might need to lift it up a little bit so you know where you're drilling, and then you'll be able to perfectly put it in. There you go. Just, again, don't drill it, don't screw it in too much, and make sure that that little piece right in there that I told you to slide in is definitely slid in. Okay, now we got the other one. But yeah, this is getting a little bit easier. Yeah, this is my 10th one. Alright, so we just put this one in. The good news is that when it comes to the hopper or the Mambo drone, which I think they are now out of those, building them is the same way of building them right now. There we go. Alright, there we go, we did it. Look at that. All good. Now we need to get the mask. Oh wait. Let's put the back piece on. Back piece is easy. Just plug it in. Not sponsored by plug. Not sponsored by Glade. Alright, now we put the goggles on. There we go. Alright. And this time we actually put them in their temple. So yeah, this one actually is going to be in a temple. So be careful on this one, because sometimes they tend to actually not screw in properly. And of course, if it definitely doesn't screw in properly, it might just because the tubes might have some issues. There we go. Alright, good. That one worked well. And it's okay if you can't screw it in when it comes to the goggles here, because it's not truly the end of the world. It'll be good. You'll make it look good. But you can actually dodge the goggles if you want to. There we go. And now it is screwed in. We're good. See, look at that. There we go. See? So yeah, those two needed to be screwed in. Now we're good to go. And now we're able to go to the bottom piece. Now, before we start, you could do this later, do it now. We're gonna take this one right here and slide it into this crevice, this groove. Sometimes it does good, sometimes it does bad. Now, if you want to really actually make it do what it says, it looks like it wants you to do, I don't know, I guess you could bend it if you want to, but I'm not trying to do it. All I'm doing is making sure that the antenna that is right here. So let's do that. We're perfectly good, and now we can actually start with doing the motors. Now the motors are as follows. The white motors go here, the red motors go here. And you can definitely tell because if you look in here, you have a 180 angle, and you have a 90-degree angle. Yeah, you see? Okay, so there we go. So that's what we want to do. So now we're gonna slide them in. Now this is where you get to the point of where it's like if you want to look like a professional doing it, you might want to do it to where the black wires are right here, so you can actually make it cloak in. Yep. So you have this groove here, or this crevice, or whichever, and you just slide it right in like so, and look at that. It looks like as if nothing even existed. But let's put everything else in first. So with the white ones, it's very easy to cloak it. The red ones are a little bit more difficult because they don't actually turn, because there's only one way to actually put them in. There's not a second choice. So you just put it in like so as you're supposed to. There we go. Alright, now we do the next part, which is no, you don't supposed to put them to the adjacent connectors. And this one needs to put to the other. Let's put this to the side right now. There we go. So this one will go to the bottom one. This one, the red one, goes into the top, and same deal. This will go under here, and this one will go right here. All right, give me a moment. I'll actually do it. You notice when it comes to the red one, it will be, let's see, so the red one should go first on the left side. So yeah, we're gonna put the red one in the left side first, up top, because that's the easier part. And then make sure you stuff it in like you're a bully pushing a kid in a locker. Yep, like in the good old days. Yeah, so you push that in the locker, there we go. And now we can do the second one. So notice the fact that I was able to not actually have any of the wire color showing. That's what you do if you're an expert, you're a professional, but you don't have to do it. You can actually do it to change it up to make it actually know which drone is which. So I'll put this one in. And of course, make sure that it's connected to, 1 second, just push it in right quick. There we go. So if you want to make sure it's actually pushed in, use your screwdriver and make sure that it actually is pushed in. There we go. Of course, you can use the tweezers too, but I'm like, yeah, do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you exactly all that you need to do. Okay, so then, oh yeah, don't forget to push this one in. Sometimes they don't actually look 100% the way they should, but, well, you try, right? That's what you can only do. You can only try. Okay, now look good for now. Right, cool. Okay, so let's see. So now the red one needs to go underneath and the white one needs to go on top. Something like that. So this red one, if I need to twist it just a little bit, make it go in a decent color. I think I might not actually get that today. Oh, wait, no, I spoke too soon. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then plug this in after stuffing it into the locker. Let me see. No, yeah, I was about to do something foolish. go. Okay, there we go. Alright, now the white wire again. White black wire. No, white wire. I'm just gonna say white wire, even though it's like, yeah, it cloaks too well, and that's what you want to do if you're an expert. So yeah, stuff him in the locker like you do. Yeah, like you do again. This is the last time you have to stuff a kid in the locker. Okay. And I'm pretty sure you guys might have questions of being like, oh, well, which side do you put on it? Well, if you see the white ones, I mean, let's say eyes, the golden eyes. Alright, okay, there we go. So it should look like this. There you go. So that's what we're doing. If it looks good like that, we're able to get to the next one. If by some craziness these connector pieces actually, as soon as you try to put it in, it actually pops off or actually is loose, I'll give you 3 seconds to do a cuss word, because oh no, you're doomed. You're doomed. Basically called FTW. Alright, so everything is done here. Now all that's left is to put the cover on. The cover, it's not as flush as it could be. It used to be flush, but right now we're good. So yes, if it's bulgy, it has a gut, that's what we're going to do. That's what it has. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to screw in more screws. Yep. Screw in more screws. So this one should be kind of easy-ish, but you might have to shift it a little bit. So, you know, sometimes in the back part of it, you have to shift it in. There we go. That's the first one. Don't drill it in too much. Don't screw it in too much, because then you'll do the same thing if you're one of the ones who actually screwed in too much in the temple. Then insert cuss word. You might have to get a new back plate. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's good. This could actually, like, yeah, don't tell them, but like, you guys could actually make this square. You actually made this square. You could have actually have made this a little bit more flush, but they chose a circle, so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, don't tell them I said that. It's like, I'm not in partnership with them, but I still don't want you to tell them that I said that. So this one you have to shift a little bit up. Do that, and you're good to go. And then get to the other one, and you screw this one in too. Uh-oh. My good news is that I found it. Alright, cool. Alright, so I just screw this in like so. You might have to push it up just a little bit. And then here we go. And we are good. It's a bit bulgy, but that's how it is. It has a bit of a gut. See? Bit of a gut, but it's okay. Now, since we did that, let's put on the slippers, and oh yeah. Oh good, I did it. If you did it just right, you're able to actually have this wire, which don't know what it's used for, but okay, cool, in that little hole. If not, then I'll give you 3 seconds to cuss, because you're gonna have to unscrew all of this to make sure that it goes through that hole. Now we're ready for, well, first things first, we can get rid of the screws. So let's put the screws back where they came from. Good idea. Uh-oh. I'm trying to put all of them in. There you go. All right. Okay, let's put them. Now, only thing left to do is to put on these slippers. Then after that, you're mostly done. Yep. Then, let's see. Okay, you know, it's like sometimes it's kind of a little bit, depends. It could actually come on easy. Sometimes it comes off. You have to actually work on it. So yeah, you just put the slippers in. Put the slips on. And there you go. That's everything we need to do. For you to test them, make sure you put on the guards. They actually are able to use the controller out of the box. So, yeah, I can't get the controller. There we go. You can use the controller. It will happen. Now, the only problem is this, is that if you do put the propellers on, which make sure you do, like, these two should match and these two should match. So make sure you check those out. Then, if it actually goes like zzz, that means that you didn't put the propellers on the proper sides. Now, however, if it does a flip as if it's Big Mama, it drop it like Big Mama does, then that means that either A, two of the motors might be bad, or some of the motors might be bad, and you just replace them, or B, you can insert cuss word because you have to undo this whole entire thing and make sure that everything's connected, or did you put them in the right places? Meaning that you have to rewind this video. Let me just take this part off, and then there we go. We're good to go. This is how you actually do it, and special thanks to Dr. Carafano, the STEM2 Hub, and also FTW Robotics. Not sponsored by them, but still, without them, I wouldn't actually have been able to make this video. So yes, and if you want to, you can actually buy me a cup of coffee. So, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully this was useful to you. Farewell, and have a pleasant tomorrow.